everybody. I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to the Meeple Society. Tonight we are doing episode 14, part 3 of the Seas. We're trucking along. So,
if you watched our last one, you've seen the very end where we put up Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Well, we had not gotten this yet, and it finally came in about 5 hours ago. So,
yeah, like literally as I was pulling up from work.
It's still wrapped.
I opened the big box. I opened the shipping box just to make sure there was no damage to the boxes because I'd seen some posts. But I told Greg I would wait till he got home to actually open the shrink.
Yes, so
I haven't done it yet. Can't wait to dig into this guy.
So now you know we
finally got it. Only 3 weeks later.
Okay.
Anyway,
on with the show.
Enough of that. So try not to drop them on the floor. Before we really get started, though, please like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon if you want notification of future content, all that jazz. So, in the meantime, let's get started. Let's do this. So,
I am just going to get a big pile of games out of the way first because they're so much alike.
They are alike.
They're in the same world, I guess.
They're in the same family.
First, we're gonna do. Oh, geez,
you got them all mixed up.
I'll just bring them all out.
Just bring them all out. Okay.
So we have Chess Teacher.
Yep.
This is the one where all the pieces tell you exactly how the pieces move.
I saw this one at a Goodwill, and I thought this was really intriguing because every single piece is labeled exactly how they move. So I thought that was really neat for the type of things we do. And fox fart. Anyway, bring out the rest of the chessboards because we've got quite a stack. I know you got them under.
We have things. Just your plain old master chess.
Yes, we have master chess.
We have Shrek chest.
Chess.
Did I say chest? Shrek chest. Say that real fast. See if you mess it up.
I will not. And last but not least,
chess with checkers with a glass board.
Okay, so this guy, the last time we did an event, January 2020, we went to a competition a couple hours north of here and had probably 100 games with us, a full shelf and then some. And I'll be darned if we didn't have at least 4 or 5 sets of teenagers ask us for chess. We didn't take any of these with us because it was a high school event.
Yep.
But I'll be darned. We had checkers with us, did not have chess. So Greg ran over to Walmart and picked this guy up. That being said, we don't need 4 chess sets by any means. So I think the one that is going to win out is actually this guy. I just love the pieces on him. They're nice and thick and chunky, and they go really nice with a wood board that we've had for
a long time.
A long time, yes. So we're going to keep this guy. Everything else is hitting the sale pile. We're definitely taking him next time, but I don't think we need 4 sets.
Everything plays the same. It's a chess game, except for you said Shrek. Shrek has a little bit
of variants you could do with him based on the pieces. So, but we didn't really dive into those at all. But primarily, it plays just like a chess game. So
and it has the Shrek people. So you're going Team really Shrek versus Team Prince Charming.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, the pieces are adorable, but maybe if I can get
it's a very hard box to open.
It is. Okay, there we go. But see, here's the Shrek piece. He's very well crafted. I love the pieces, but again, I don't think it's not enough to stay. So we'll sell this guy. Hopefully somebody else will love him, and we'll keep the one that I do like. All right, that's all of our chessboards.
To go along with that, we have Chinese checkers. This was actually, I think, the first when we played this was actually the first time I'd ever really played Chinese checkers.
I remember playing as a kid with groups, and it's a lot of fun at higher player counts. I haven't played it since high school.
I felt it was like one of those little triangle board games, you know, like you get
Yep.
it like Cracker Barrel or
Yes.
something, and you're jumping the pegs. I felt
That's how it felt.
What
You're
it
right.
was.
That's
If
exactly
you're
how
good
it
at
felt.
those games, Chinese checkers, if you never played it, you play it.
Yep.
It's just like it pretty much, except for you got what, 6 people?
Six people
players?
playing, yeah. So the concept of this one, you are trying to get from one end of the board to the other end of the board, jumping pieces. You can move one piece of your color only, one spot at a time, or you can jump over other pieces, yours and others, to get across the board.
Mhm.
First person with all 10 of their pieces into the other side of the board wins the game. So we're going to hold on to this because it is a classic.
Yep.
That being said, we think we want to try and find a nicer board, a nicer version of it. This is a very basic version. So, I mean, it's got a nice wood board.
So that's
still
staying in the travel
This
collection.
is staying in the travel collection, yes. So that is Chinese checkers.
Next, we got jumbo checkers.
Okay, so this came in a bag. I had to print off the label just off the internet and the rules and the whole works. I found this in a bag at Goodwill, but I love the pieces. This is basically just slightly smaller than the ones you find at Cracker Barrel.
It's got like a weave.
Yeah, it's got the weave board just like you would find at Cracker Barrel. I don't know. I've always loved this set. I have 2 copies of this. We set them both out at that competition in January of 2020. And both sets were played constantly throughout the day. So, which didn't surprise me. That's why I took them. But I just absolutely love these sets. And we're going to keep both of these for sure. So they get a lot of play.
Next, we have Dino Checkers.
This one, I mean,
This one, you don't have the standard checkers.
no.
You actually have dinos. What are they called? What were the Apatosaurus and the Stegosaurus is your
Stegosaurus.
checkers, and then your kings were T-Rexes.
Yep. So the lighter colored were those guys, if you can see
Those
them.
are the Apatosaurus,
I'm
whatever
trying to hold
those
them
things were.
against- yeah.
Apatosaurus.
Those are
Jessica
those.
should be probably screaming at the
Jessica's
screen.
probably rolling her eyes at us.
Jessica
and
from
then-
our podcast is a big dinosaur person.
And then these guys are absolutely
The
precious. If you can
Stegosauruses.
see, I'm trying to get them on a background, you can actually see them. So anyway, those were your playing pieces, and they were fine. They were just so cute. When you got kinged, you switched over to the T-Rex, and these
Mhm.
guys had a little, they were a little drunk.
Yeah, they fell over.
They fell over. But anyway,
And then you
cute.
had these that sat in the corner of the board that you got to keep your play pieces in,
Yeah.
and
The board,
we
I
gotta
mean,
show the
everything was,
board.
I thought
We're
it
gonna
was
open the
very
box up.
cute.
the board was pretty cool because you had to play on
Rocks
the
and lava.
hardened lava, and all the other ones where you can't go was the lava, so you need to stay off the lava.
Yeah, it was cute. But oops, sorry, I didn't shut that. That being said, again, I don't need this many checkerboards. So, and the jumbo checkers sees a lot of play, and it's big, and it catches people's attention, and the kids love it. So we're going to go ahead and sell this, and hopefully it will see some love in somebody else's collection.
And finally, one that we're keeping, whether Katie wants to or not. This is checkers with the Green Bay Packers versus the Bears. It has special meaning. I'm a big Packer fan, always has
But
been.
yet it's in the other collection. It's not even in our collection.
Because there's no room in here for it.
Oh, whatever.
And of course, our daughter-in-law Jackie has turned my son against me, and they are both Bear fans. So
Okay.
it stays.
I'm going to find a shadow box for this.
They're the little Green Bay Packer helmets and the Bear helmets. They got the little face masks that go on it. If you were a kid in the 70s, you can remember getting little helmets like this out of gumball machines.
But I think when you get this one, what was interesting on this one is that this is how they go out on the board.
Yes.
Is just that. And then when
And
you
then
get kinged,
you put your face
then
mask
you put the
on.
face mask on. And I probably did that upside down.
Yes, you probably
I
did.
sure did. It goes this
Oh,
way.
yeah, I did.
There we go, right?
Yeah,
The big part goes up top, right?
It has to hook up there, dummy.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. Just like that.
Okay, I got it now. We both did it wrong.
No, I just forgot to hook it up there.
Oh, I see. It goes into these little
There's
bitty
little holes
holes,
there. Yeah.
not the big
The
hole.
big holes are the ear holes in the helmets.
Oh. I had it completely wrong
Anyway,
there.
so
But anyway,
yes,
there we go.
it's staying in the other collection though. But
You
I'll
told
always
me I
have
could
it here.
shadow box it though.
Yeah, it'd be a big dome shadow box though, but not going anywhere because of me.
There we go.
It's Green Bay Packers. Next, we
Okay,
are.
that's all the chess and checkers now.
Yeah, we're out of chess and checkers. So we got a lot of kids' games and a lot of games from our collection. First, we're going to go with this game. This is the game that you talked about on the last one that sat up at your office for a while. This is chairs.
Nobody's even said anything that's disappeared off the counter, but I don't know.
This is a Dex game.
I love this game. I found this at Goodwill, like most of our ones from the other collection. We played this at an event with a couple of kids, i.e. teenagers, the kids in the choir. And I don't remember what the event was now. It was some sort of homecoming thing or something. They had a lot of booths set up in the cafeteria and we were one of those booths. And the girls literally sat there over and over again. Oh, let's play it again. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. We must have played it 10 times that night.
Yep.
But the idea with this one is one person sets a chair on the table and then everybody else, different color chair, has to stack their chairs onto that chair.
However you wish.
Without knocking them
falling
over. So, and there, let me get a different color here so you can see the different colors. There's 3 different colors, like 8 different styles of chairs. So some have hooks, they're just all different. But you're literally stacking everything up just a little bit at a time.
And only one of them can touch the ground.
Only one of them can touch the table, which I think that might be illegal then, because that one's is that touching? I don't know. But anyway, that's the concept of the game. First person to knock it over loses, essentially. I guess there is a point scoring system. Yeah. Never played with points though. We've always just played the first person to knock it over.
The point system is if you knock something off, you get points for that.
Yes.
And then at the end of a certain amount of time,
a certain amount of rounds. We've always just played till somebody knocked it over and then you start over again. Yep. It's one of those games that you can just play over and over again for a short period of time and it's fun. So that is chairs. It will definitely stay. Might even end up back at my office for a while. I'm not sure yet. What's that?
Next we have from Game Right, Chomp. This is basically a very decorative game of war.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Lots of, the artwork is cute. It's all different fishes. It's cute, but it is essentially
you're putting out cards and you're hitting the smallest one. Yeah.
You're hitting
you slap the smallest
fish. Yes,
because
you're chomping on the smallest fish that's out there, whether it be plankton,
shrimp, little fish, medium fish,
fish. I think that's the little fish, isn't it? Yeah.
And this the middle fish.
Did you find the middle fish? Oh, I didn't realize that was the middle fish. Okay. Yes. That was the big fish. And then there's
and then you have a shark
cards, and you've got octopus blackout cards and eel card. And they all have different powers. Octopuses and the eels have special powers.
Octopus comes out, you put it aside and you continue to play, and then it's the eels, it's a feeding frenzy, but you gotta tap it.
That's exactly what this is just war. It's gonna go on the sale pile.
Yep.
Yeah. That's Chomp.
Next is Cheese Louise.
Okay, so this one comes with a deck of cards.
Trying to take the cheese and cover everything on your bread.
So you've got a deck of cards, basically bread pieces, and you're taking the cheese, and I'm not going to get lucky enough.
There's all kinds of different holes in them. You spread them all out.
You are literally trying to just cover so that nothing shows up on through your cheese holes. If you do that, you win that round. You set your card aside. All the cheese goes back into this giant pile in the middle of the table, giant spread out pile that everybody's picking through. And the first person with 5 cards, 5 pieces of bread wins. So, but you're literally just fishing through them, trying to find the one that will cover all of the condiments or whatever pieces you put, whatever is on your bread.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, it's fine.
It's a
For
fine game.
younger
I think
children, I guess I could see that be fine.
they're trying to make the cheese more realistic, but
It's
this is
they're sticking. Yeah,
they stuck together.
they're foam. These are
It's
pieces
supposed
of
to feel
foam.
like cheese.
It's a cute game. It's geared toward kids 6 and up. We're going to go ahead and throw this in the sale pile because I don't see it being something that will come off the shelf at high school events.
Yep.
So we're going to throw this one in the sale pile.
Next we have Chutes and Ladders.
Might as well grab the other one too.
Marvel Chutes and Ladders.
Okay,
This
so
is also the first time I've ever played Chutes and Ladders.
you were a deprived child.
I was a middle child of 7.
Okay. So we blame your older siblings. You heard that, guys.
I didn't say yes or no.
Anyhow, similar to Candyland, I hope I don't need to explain Chutes and Ladders. You roll the dice, you move that many spaces. If you land on a ladder, you climb it. If you land on a slide or a chute, you fall
You
down.
had a rough game
Done.
of this one.
I kept going in circles. Literally,
Yeah.
I would go up 2 rows and then hit the stupid chute, and I'd go back down. And then I'd go up 2 rows and I'd hit the chute and go right back
I
down.
hit the ladder early in the game and got me up like 3 rows ahead of you
Oh, at least.
right at the beginning.
I think you climbed 6 rows at one point.
Yeah.
Regardless, similar to Candyland, these are something that they're definitely geared toward very younger children.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of those games that most households who would pull this off the shelf have one at home already.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want, in the interest of paring that collection down to 20-25 games geared towards small children, I don't want something they've already got at home. I want something that will challenge them and make them think more than this will. So both of these are hitting the sale pile.
Yep.
Done.
Next is, what did we decide the name of this game was?
Circus.
Circus.
I don't know. Anyway, it's similar to Blocus. It's not Blocus. It's not, I don't feel like it's as pretty as Blocus. This one comes with pieces that are all very different sizes and very different shapes and meant to fit in very specific positions on the board. And the idea is that as you finish either the circles or the stars with your pieces, you're scoring points based on your control. If you finish it but don't have the most, you get 5 points. If you finish it and do have the most control, you get 10. But the other person gets nothing.
Yeah, but if you finish it and don't have enough or have the most, you get 5, and the person who does still gets 10 points.
Right. So the pieces are all very unique shapes. Like I said, all meant to fit in very specific positions on the board. I thought it was interesting, but if I had my choice, I'd play Blockus first.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about what was going to happen to this one. I'm inclined to have this one hit the sale pile just because it is so similar.
Anyway, is that it was going to the sale pile.
I don't think we ever made 100% choice. So, okay. So Circus, however you want to pronounce it, Circus, is going to hit the sale pile. Interesting game, but I don't think it's different enough for us to hold on to in that collection.
Yep. Okay, our next game is Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe game. Oh, the Chronicles of Narnia.
That's how it ends up in the C's. The Chronicles of Narnia. Now, this is based on a very popular book series turned into movie series.
When did this movie come out? Because I have yet to see it. So
I've seen it, but it was
late 90s, early 2000s.
I think so, early 2000. In this game, you are playing as one of the 4 children: Peter, Susan, Lucy, Edmund. Thank you. You are running from the White Witch. You are running from the wolves. You are getting bonuses from Aslan. You're basically rolling a dice and moving around the board to different events that happened in the movie. I've only seen the movie once. It was a long time ago. As I recall, it seems to line up with the movie fairly well. I enjoyed it,
Well,
even though I lost.
Yeah, there's 3 dice in the game.
Yes, there's
One's
3
the
dice in the
move
game. You're
dice.
right.
One dice
Oh, that's
is
right.
you're gonna either move the witch or a wolf,
Right.
and the other one is you're gonna get
bonuses from Aslan.
you'll get the Aslan tokens.
That's
But
right.
I thought after we both rolled the Aslan token the first move,
Right.
but after that we really
Well,
never needed any more
no.
Aslan tokens because we were picking them up on the board.
Yes.
And I think
and okay, so you like I said, you three dice. You have 3 dice in the game, but you have to roll the wolf die no matter what.
yes.
And then you have your choice of the Aslan die or
the travel die.
The travel die. Like you said, we rolled the Aslan die the first time just to get a few more tokens. I think I got 1 out of it. And then we never touched it again. So
I think, who did I play? What was his name?
You were playing Peter.
I played Peter.
Yeah.
I thought his power was a little more overpowering than most.
Well, and I never made use of mine. It allowed me to re-roll the witch or wolf die, but I never had one of them close enough to me that it was worthwhile doing.
Yeah,
So
and my power is I could spend 1 Aslan token if a wolf came up on me to push him away.
Yeah.
Or 2 to make him go to the witch's castle.
Right.
So I never had to worry about the wolves. You had to worry about the wolves.
Yeah.
I never did, and I just scooted right around the board and won by a long shot.
Yeah.
I even pushed wolves back at you too.
Yes. Yes, you did. I think
there
I
is
got
some take
caught
to
by
add
the
in this
white
game.
witch once. But that was only because of a location card, not anything you did. I enjoyed it. I think it is a very popular theme, even though the movies are almost 2 decades old. The first movie is. But I still think it's a very popular theme and a very popular book series. So we're going to hold on to it. We'll take it to a couple events, see what it does.
Yep.
And then if if it's never coming off the shelf and the kids don't even seem to know what it is, then maybe it'll hit the sale pile then. But for now, we're going to hold on to this one.
Okay. Next game. This was actually a big surprise to us.
This one,
This is Chickapig.
I found this at Goodwill. Matter of fact, there's the tag still. I found this at Goodwill about a year ago. Totally did not expect to like this game. It ended up in the other collection without even thinking about it. I actually like this one.
It's very thinky.
Oh my gosh, is it thinky? This is very strategic. You are playing everybody that's 4-player. Every player has 6 Chickapigs that they have to get from their side of the board through their, what they call their goal on the other side of the board, which is only 2 spaces wide. You have 4 bales of hay in your color that you can move around to block. The key is that Chickapigs run in a straight line until they hit something and then they stop. And that's 1 movement. Hay bales move 1 space. You can move the cow 1 space. You can move
the cow poops everywhere.
The cow poops everywhere. Yeah, that creates more problems. The idea is to bounce your Chickapigs off of each other, off of the cow, or off of the hay bales that you're moving 1 piece at a time to get into place, and bounce them off all the way across the board into your goal on the other side. First player to get everybody through wins. I was shocked at how thematic this was, or not thematic. That's not the right word. How strategic this was.
Yes.
It was the perfect amount of puzzle that I like in an abstract strategy game. So it's going to stay in the other collection.
Because we don't have room for it over here.
Well, and it's not the kind of game we'll pull off very often.
No.
But at the same time, I could definitely see pulling this off with somebody who wants to play an abstract strategy game. So it is, I was very shocked at how thematic it was. So, but that is Chickapig, a farm to table game.
Okay. Next, we have Citadels.
This is the second of 3 printings. I want to say this is the second printing. There's now a third one out.
Yes. This was the 2016.
Yes.
This is the one that took the the original printing and all of the expansions included in one box.
In one box, is that what it was? And then, I mean, they changed a few things. The artwork got a little bit better, that type of thing, but typical second printing stuff. But the artwork is gorgeous. The concept on this one is you are picking, and it comes with a slew of characters, because here's the chips for all the characters. You pick 8 to 9 characters.
Depending on player count.
Based on player count. Numbered 1 through 9. So there's 3 different 1s and 3 different 2s and 3 different 3s. And the book actually gives you different combinations that work well together.
Mhm.
So use those, because we've tried doing it on our own one time and it didn't work as well. So lay out the 9 chips, 9 tokens. And then the cards, each one is represented by these beautiful cards that describe what they do right here on bottom. So you don't have to memorize anything. Numbers up top indicate their number in the play order. And then one by one, what happens is whoever the king is, or whoever is position number 4, because it's not always a king, shuffles the cards. You put a couple face down so nobody knows what they are, not even the person who dealt them. One face up that everybody can see that it's not going to be in that round. They're going to look through those cards and decide which role they want to play that round. Secretly pick that role and pass everything else on. So the person who starts the game knows everything that he has in his hand. So he knows which players are in the game, mostly. Because he's going to pass these on, and he's going to take one and pass them on. And the next person's going to take one and pass them on. The last person is going to have 2 to choose from. They're going to pick it and they're going to turn it down. They're the only person who knows that last card and who's not in the game. It's just a very interesting combination of everybody has some knowledge. Nobody has perfect knowledge. So once everybody has their role, you're going to start at 1 and start calling out roles. And everybody takes their turn in that order based on the role they chose as the cards were going around. And some things affect other players. You know, there's the thief that can say, hey, well, I'm going to steal all the money from the bishop. Well, if somebody picked the bishop loses all their money at the start of their turn. But if nobody picked the bishop, thief's out of luck. I don't know. It's just a fun party game, and it holds up to 8 players. I think it's a lot of fun. We've played it quite a bit. We actually have a 4-person playthrough of this one out there that was a lot of fun. So yeah, we're going to keep this. It's a great game for large groups. Everybody seems to really enjoy it. I haven't found anybody yet that didn't.
Next, we have this is a game Katie's not a big fan of because her brain doesn't work this way. No. We played Chronicles of Crime, and this time we actually played with the Welcome to Redview expansion on it.
Okay.
You're not a big social deduction player.
I'm not. I don't particularly like, and this isn't even really social deduction. It's almost it's escape room type mystery solving.
Kind of, yeah. We're solving a mystery. We're solving a crime.
Okay, so my problem with these types of games is that with the escape room types of games, period, is that I have to switch my brain to thinking how the developer thought. Whoever made the mystery, I got to think like them. And I don't do that well. I want to be able to ask questions and get an actual answer on it. I want that answer to be splayed in front of me. Like some games that we have one mystery series that everything's in the paperwork. And I love that one. This one, you're relying on an app. And if you don't do things in a very specific order, you don't always get the answers you're looking for. You might get some shocking reveals, because we did the other night when we played this one. But I feel like you don't always get the answers you're looking for. It's hard to say, well, did you do this? Because they're not going to answer that, no matter how many times you ask. So that being said, I love this expansion. This one is so much fun.
You're playing kids of the 80s.
Oh my gosh, you're playing teenage kids, the Mystery Gang or something like that from the 1980s.
Who has to be home by 10:30 or you
10.
Get
10. Be home by 10. Curfew
or
is 10
you get
o'clock.
grounded.
It is hysterical. We have had so many laughs with this particular expansion. I like the game at higher player counts because there's more collaboration and discussion. I do not like this at 2-player because I don't feel like I can do my fair share of the collaboration because it takes more of the.
You give at a 2-player, she gets very
I do.
frustrated at this game.
I do because I'm not getting the answers I want.
Right.
We're hitting roadblocks and there's no answers.
Yeah,
and
probably
that
halfway
annoys me.
through, her brain shut off. She's done.
Yes. So it will stay in the collection. We still have one more here to finish up, and we have another expansion
Noir.
we want to try. Noir, yeah. And it is a very popular game. It is a very popular game, and I know that. And I don't mind playing with other people. It's just not something I'm going to ever pull off the shelf myself. But it will stay.
Next, we have. You did that on purpose.
I did not do that on purpose.
We must fix the box first. We have Colt Express.
My guess is that happened when we played it over.
This is a card programming game.
Yes.
Where everybody's putting their cards that they want to do in a pile, and then they flip over, and the person draws who's first player draws cards, and everything happens as it's unlaid. There's a lot of comedy in this because at one point you can say, "Oh, okay, this round I'm going to punch that person in my cart to get them out of here, so the next round I can pick up some jewels." And by the time you get to that card, there's nobody in the cart, so you're punching air, or you're going to shoot somebody, and there's nobody there to shoot, or you're going to pick up jewels or treasure, and there's none in the car.
Or worse, the sheriff came into your car and kicked you up top. Not only did you get a bullet out of it, but now there's no jewels to pick up because you're on top of the car.
Yeah. And then the bad thing is usually that's where your next card is to go up top.
And now you're going.
So now you're going. Down. It's going to say you're going down. You're going to hit the sheriff again. You're going to get shot again. You're going back up. So
I think that happened to me in the last game.
Yes, this game is hilarious to play with a lot of people.
Oh my gosh!
2-player can be a lot of fun too because they have AIs now. The different characters have their own AIs, and you can play with however many you want. So you could just play it solo and still have the fun.
Yep.
Because you have the other AIs to play.
We picked this up at a thrift shop.
Yes, we picked it up at the thrift shop.
Never heard of it at the time.
See on here exactly how much we paid for it.
It was $2.42.
No, I heard about it. That's why I picked it up.
Okay. Well, it was $2.42. This one, I love this one because it has the 3D train. Now, granted, I wish this was just a little bit bigger. This is one I would love to have a jumbo size version of. That would be so much fun. But all the train pieces are 3D. So your pieces, your little outlaws and the sheriff go inside the pieces here. And then you're literally moving around all of these throughout the game, but they're small for big fingers. And I can't tell you how many times I tipped them over the other night, but it's a blast to play. Yep. Like I said, it's all card programming and it's, doesn't always work out the way you want to. Asymmetric powers. Every one of the characters has slightly different powers. So fun game. Definitely staying in the collection. We break this out with new players all the time, and it's always worth a lot of laughs. Yeah. All right.
Next, we have Cinque Terra. This is actually a hard game to find now because I believe it's out of print. We picked this up many years ago after we played it at Gen Con.
Yep.
We went and picked it up. She loves this game.
I love this game.
I'm not the huge fan. I will play it because she likes to play it, so I play it. I'm not a humongous fan of it. I mean, it's okay.
You know, you beat me quite soundly.
She had this go around of games. She had a really bad streak.
I might have won 2 of these.
Hey, when you got it, you got it. Anyway,
whatever.
This is basically a pickup and delivery because you're using little trucks to go around to pick up cubes that represent the different produce you're picking up to fill order cards. You're taking them back to cities to sell. Those cubes go on your board so that you can see what you've gotten, and when you got enough to fill an order, you can take it. At the end of the game, though, you got to make sure all your order cards match what's on your board, that you didn't just use this mushroom for 2 different cards and you only have 1.
I didn't make you verify that last night.
No, she didn't. Or if you fill up an entire row in a city, I had enough. If you fill up an entire row in a city, you're going to get a bonus card. You all start off with a card that's worth 30 points. And then at the end of the game, if you filled it, you subtract however much
you already got based on selling the goods.
Yeah.
Because you sell the goods based on die rolls in each of the 5 cities.
Yeah. So
This
instead of
one-
money, you're getting victory points.
Right. Which are in the game they call them their liras. This is based in Italy on the one of the Italian coasts. That's where all the 5 villages are. You kind of see it here. I took a good picture last night though. So, but yeah, you're just trading cards out to get produce and selling the produce at one of the villages and
Yep. So yeah.
filling orders. I don't know. I pick up and deliver are not always my favorite kind of games, but for some reason, I don't know if it's the Italian theme or it's the cute little trucks. I
It's
don't
the
know.
cute
This has
little
always
trucks.
been one of my favorites. Matter of fact, I think it was in my list of top 10
Yes,
favorites,
it was.
not in the BGG top 100. So, yep, I've always liked this one. It will definitely stay in the collection, even though I only get to play it once a year.
Literally, we look back and it's been played once a year for the last 5 years.
Yeah. Well, since last 7 years.
Last 7 years.
2015. We got it in
Okay.
2015. Anyway, that is Cinque Terra.
And last but not least, this is an early Ryan Lockett
That one
game.
is a heavy game.
This is City of Iron, the 2nd edition.
Yeah.
This is a deck building
Deck building,
kind
city
of
building.
city building, kind of a resource management, though you don't spend your resources. You
You
basically
try to
score
collect
points
them.
with your resources.
Yeah.
And it's got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 10 different resources, and you're trying to find cards or city cards that produce these different resources. So you put your cube on the track as to however many you get. And at the end, every other round is a scoring round. And during scoring rounds, you score points depending on if you have the most resources or not.
I'm only breaking this out to show you the artwork because, like any Ryan Lockett game, the artwork.
It is
on
early
this,
of that same.
I would love to
thing on
have a
all of them.
poster of just that landscape. I think that is gorgeous. I don't
Of
know.
course,
I just
these
really
are
like his artwork.
all your resources. You also bid to see who goes first the next round.
Yep. It's an interesting game. It scales. I don't know. We've never played it 3 and 4, so I'm not sure how it'll scale, but it does have options for 3 and 4 players. Plays in 7 rounds. I don't feel like that's enough. It's one of those games I feel like I need at least 2 more rounds
you
to
haven't
get anywhere.
Really been able to
No.
get this.
We've
one.
played this a few times, and I only know that because I look back through our history on it. But I don't feel like we played enough to cement the strategy behind it. I've not quite developed that strategy for this one, but it's a beautiful game, and I do enjoy it. So we'll hold on to it. Probably because again, you're not going to find it anywhere at this point.
Nope. I think
So-
it's out of print again.
Yeah. Anyway, that is City of Iron,
2nd edition.
2nd edition. Yes. So, all right.
So that is it.
That's it.
For episode 14,
14,
part 3
3.
of the Seas.
Yes.
So until then, we'll see you at the next one.